friend of the YouTube channel commented on part 1 of this series that Japan has the power to steal a part of your heart. And I couldn't have found a better way to describe our experience myself. The reality is that when Lena and I were there, we were present. We were traveling, finding good food, figuring out the rail system, trading in coins and currencies. I told her on the trip that if our shared journey was anything like my first time to Japan when I went solo, the real magic seems to come ex post facto. I do believe that indeed Japan has the power to steal a part of your heart, but in turn it sends you on your way with a new perspective. It's subtle, but that seed grows. Time spent in Japan makes you meditate on ideas like the term mano no aware, or the pathos of things, also translated as empathy towards things or sensitivity to ephemera. We went during the autumn, but if you go in the spring, there's a completely different experience. Nevertheless, on the foundation, there's this fundamental backbone of tradition and culture that ties the whole story together. And as a Westerner, it's hard to wrap my head around, but I experience it physically. I think it has a lot to do with the physical experience. So now we were off to Tokyo for the final destination of the trip as a downshift back into the life in Texas. Tokyo is a place like no other. It's massive beyond comprehension and has a scene or flavor for anyone's appeal. This is Akibahara, the Electric City. Such an interesting place. So if you're looking for a good spot to find a good run, look no further than the Imperial Palace off the Tokyo Station stop in Ginza. You'll find a 5K of unbroken running and greeted by hundreds of runners everywhere. I don't think there's a race. Nobody's wearing a bib. But there's 1,000 runners out here right now. Oh, here's our hotel. All right, we're in for the night at a staggering 7:11 p.m. Just our bedtime. So the next morning we decided to run to the train station, hop on a train to a smaller coastal town called Kamakura, and meet up with a friend of Tetsuro's who he introduced us to. His name is Jiro, and we were really excited to meet a new runner in Japan.
Yep, right. I don't know. Yeah, one, two right there.
Right out of the train station, Jiro showed us around his turf on a nice run. It was about 7 miles or so, and it was absolutely beautiful. We went straight for the coast, spectacular view, and a perfect day trip outside the Tokyo hustle for the morning. Kamakura is totally accessible, and I recommend if you're in Tokyo but need to get away for the afternoon or a morning. We did a nice out and back, and Jiro brought us to one of his favorite spots to catch a view of Mount Fuji. The day was a bit overcast, but it was really a great sight. My impression of Kamakura is this. It's like a small coastal California town. It's got the vibe. And what makes it unmistakably Japanese is the arrangement of Shinto shrines and gates. The cleanliness, the order that you'd expect anywhere else in the island is here. But it's got a different feel to it.
Accurate.
What? That tree that looks like your hair when you wake up.
Oh, cool.
What is it?
Barrels for sake.
At this point, I'm sold. I want to come back a dozen more times to Japan. Each city a little bit different than the last, but all foundationally connected by the same culture and tradition as a whole. All right, so we just went running through, how do you say it? Kamakura. We're roughly 25 miles outside of Tokyo. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
I've done my homework. We're on the JR line, passed up Yokohama, and made it to Kamakura to run on the coast. I really liked it. It was a beautiful run.
Yes.
So, and this is Jiro. He grew up here and is a friend of all the folks that I've been running with in Japan. It seems like a nice tight-knit community because you know Tetsuro and you know Yuki, and so you've been running for how long?
I started running from 2008, so that it's been almost 15 years.
And your favorite type of running?
Trail running.
Trail running.
Yes.
Favorite distance?
Short I will be fine, but 100-mile run is my best.
100-miler wins again. All right. Well, thank you, Jiro, for showing us around. Heading back to Tokyo, we knew our 9 days of travel was coming to an end. It was so bittersweet. There was so much more to see in so little time, and I knew deep down inside that this was only the beginning of our journey. We would be back. Maybe one day to run the Mount Fuji 100 or participate in a local half marathon. Who knows? I'm not even entirely sure we need a reason to come back. I just know that we are.
Pull it together. I'm about to smack your ass. You're pissing me off. I've been managing the coins this whole time.
Let me pay for it.
After all of that?
Running is a practice. We set goals, we create big hopes and dreams, but nested within these hopes and dreams is the foundational practice that is the art of movement. That practice, when displaced, takes on a shade of enhancement or challenges that shape it even further. Either way, we learn something from it. If we settle into a routine, we risk missing out on all of this beauty. This message has been so difficult to articulate for me because I know everyone has their own practice. I believe that we all come into running with one request. We ask running to do something extraordinary for us, not something superficial. I don't think we've ever met a runner who runs with a nihilist approach to the activity. Think about it. What do you ask of running? I would be surprised if it wasn't happiness, health, belonging, learning, change, motivation. These things aren't superficial. Almost ready to get on the plane for another 16-hour trip back to the US. We don't know what it will give us, but I guarantee you we'll learn something. And if we're lucky, we will get to travel the world with our practice in tow. We can use that experience to fortify our wisdom and share it back in our own communities at home. I hope we are able to give back what we've learned from Japan. Thank you so much for a beautiful experience. Go far, run easy, and keep going.